Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are continuing this subjugation war against the Confederation of Jabasa, and it's, no contest, really. There's just not a lot going on there, so in the meantime, I'm working on my worlds here. Now we need some housing here, and a job, but we need 3 more pops to actually be able to do something. Which is exciting. Planetary administration here will help. But we have a bunch of unemployed pops on What Is Who Prime right now. More than anything, we need minerals.
Construction complete.
And that's one of my core issues, actually, with the current iteration of non-Gestalt consciousnesses. And that is, you have to put so many minerals into making consumer goods, while at the same time, there isn't actually a building that you can construct that generates minerals other than the mineral purification plants. You only get minerals from mining districts.
Yeah, we need more mineral building.
Exactly. We need a building... Well, we need the mining network building back, is what we need. If they had the mining network building, I wouldn't be having a problem with it, but the way it's set up right now, you set up a mining world, and if you want it to be positive on the mining, like on the minerals, you pretty much gotta build just, like, residences. And it's like, but I don't actually need housing right now. But everything that I can build that actually makes things consumes minerals. It just feels really weird. And it would be solved if they would just bring the mining network building back. Okay, how much unity do I need? Fair amount more. But I'm getting close to having all of the trees at least started.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
Okay. Well, battleship hull points, that's always nice. Okay, so we definitely need jobs here. This is a tech world, so that means research labs. This is a tech world here, so that means the same. But we also need some wait, we have housing here. Yeah, we just need a job.
Construction complete.
Sounds good. That will, of course, be a research institute? We don't have one of those yet. Oh, we need a planetary capital for that. And for that, we only need minerals. I'm gonna buy what we need.
Construction complete.
And upgrade to a planetary capital. There we go. I actually have the same issue with generator worlds. There aren't, like, generator buildings that you can build. You can build the energy nexus and generator districts, and then I end up filling it with, like, hydroponics farms and civilian industries.
Yeah.
It feels kind of weird. So I feel like they need to bring back the generator and mining network buildings from the previous iteration, and then once they do that, it'll be fine.
That's the problem I'm having right now. I have a whole bunch of empty building slots, but it's like I don't want to build anything in there because I would just end up running out of minerals and energy.
Exactly. I mean, when that happens, you're just like, okay, so what do I build? Amenities? But my people are plenty happy. It feels weird once you get to this stage of the game, and it would work a lot better if you were able to make like the raw resources in buildings. Okay, let's head over here and begin our bombardment. What do they have for armies here? 693, so yeah, we're gonna have to bombard. Because, like, for tech worlds, it's fine, because you can just fill it with research labs, put in a research institute. For industrial worlds, same thing. You can set it up exactly like this one here, where you're just full of civilian industries, and then you put in a Ministry of Production. Same thing with Forge worlds. But with worlds where you're trying to get the basic materials that you need to do all of those, you just can't. Like,
yeah, it's not very good.
You get energy credits via trade, right? So you can build like commerce districts on your generator worlds if you're not a Gestalt consciousness. But for mining, you have no such option. I suppose what you could do is you could just fill mining worlds with trade with commerce districts and trade hubs, and then just buy minerals as a workaround. But that doesn't feel like a mining world. That feels like a trade world.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like they need to revisit that.
You need to revisit a lot of the end game right now.
Yeah. I mean, this particular end game would be a lot better if the mid-game crisis had happened.
Construction
If we
complete.
had any crisis or anything big happen at all.
Yeah, I mean, we've had jump drives for like 100 years, and nothing has happened.
Something like that, yeah.
It's kind of weird. We do need to figure out, like, if there's no endgame crisis, at what point are we just gonna be done?
It depends. We could set a solid date of like 2500 or something, or we could try and just take the entire like right side of the galaxy.
I mean, I've already done a galactic conquest where I took over the whole galaxy as robots.
Yeah.
So
honestly,
maybe
I'd say just make it a date, because it's not like we'd be doing anything different.
Yeah. Maybe we say if no crisis has popped by 2500, then we're done at 2500.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Because Stellaris is a lot more open-ended than the other Paradox games that have a firm end date.
Yeah. Because theoretically, you can go into like, what, 3000, I think, is the like latest you can go.
I think theoretically there's no end date. And it just keeps going.
I think there is an end year.
Maybe.
You set it up in your setting.
I don't recall seeing that. You can set up the late game year, like when it's considered mid game, when it's considered late game.
The spirits have granted us
I'll
new
check
wisdom.
after we get out of this recording session.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure I've seen that.
I'm working on your unemployment there, Jabasa. I'm working on it. Let's see. This hollow temple can probably be removed, but I think we're better off replacing 2 generator districts with mining districts here for now. That's not going to solve the unemployment problem, but it'll get us in a better position to be able to solve it eventually. And this here, we of course need research labs as soon as the month tick happens. I know you're not a big Europa player, but did you see the dev diary for the new Europa update?
I don't keep in touch with Europa at all.
Oh, they're doing a China update, which is great because the current state of China is not good. Mingsplosions just don't happen, but it's currently focused around getting and maintaining the Mandate of Heaven, or is what they're changing it to, which means there should be a lot more instability in China, which I'm looking forward to.
Mandate of Heaven is important.
Indeed.
Construction complete.
So yeah, that should be a fun update. I'll have to figure out what I want to do for that update. I've never actually played as Ming, so maybe I'll have to do a Ming game.
Maybe.
My current Tonga game is going surprisingly well, though. By the time this comes out, this won't be spoilers, so I'll just say, I managed to beat both Spain and Portugal in a war through some miracle, and the miracle is named England.
As an island.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Well, like I said, the miracle is named England. They won the war for me without even knowing. England decided to declare war on them, and then France piled on too, so they were busy, and I was able to just take war score and not actually fight them. It was pretty great. And now I have a truce with them for, I think, a 10-year truce, which is going to let me get a lot of institutions and catch up in tech.
You know what I find really funny?
Mm-hmm.
I've been browsing YouTube the past couple days, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the amount of people that are just copying videos from each other for classic WoW is, like, pretty fun.
What do you mean? They're just like, they're doing the same thing?
Must have add-ons for classic WoW leveling guide.
Oh.
Which class should you play for classic? Here's a guide to each classic class.
Indeed.
And it's all the same channels, like, you know, Bellular, Kalani, Preach.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Classic is the thing right now.
Yep.
As well it should be. So much better than retail. My main question is, and has been, how does this make the retail team feel? Like, putting myself in their shoes, it can't feel good.
No, not at all.
It's a complete repudiation of everything they've been working towards.
And the funny part is, they're gonna have to start implementing more, like, ideas from Classic now that people are, like, playing it again, and they're like, oh, yeah, retail really sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been saying for basically ever since they announced Classic, I've been saying the real question is, how does this end up influencing the design of 9.0?
The thing is, they've been designing 9.0 for a little while now.
They have been.
They're kinda gonna have to scrap stuff if they want it to be successful.
Yep, they're gonna have to pivot. I don't think they have an option at this point.
Construction complete.
It's gonna take a couple expansions for them to really work out things, though, which is, like, really gonna be the break.
Yeah, and
Our champions
ultimately,
are making planetfall.
there's
May the
also
spirits
a big
protect them.
question of, do they understand, or
Incoming transmission.
non-aggression pact? Go away, Democratic Marie Sons. What I was saying is, the real question is, do they even understand why people like Classic? Because I've had a hard time wrapping my head around why Classic works so much better than Retail. Because on many levels, Retail is a better game. But when you put it all together, it's a far, far worse game.
Construction complete.
The way I can best put it into words, I'd say, is simply the fact the community is tighter knit in Classic no matter what you do.
You're not wrong about that. Classic has a better community.
Because the community has just started up for the game again.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you need to quest together to get through a lot of quests. You can't just be sitting there for an hour waiting for that one mob to finally be able to, like, be killable. It's like, oh, well, there's a guy right here. Why don't I just invite him to my party? We can buff each other. I can heal him up. He can do damage. And
we won't have to wait in line for the shared tag. Or the non-shared tag, even. Anyway, this has now become a WoW discussion, apparently. But it is time to put a cut in here, so next episode, we will continue our discussion about WoW, probably. Subscribe for more, and we'll see you all next time.